next episode of Waifu Wars. I am your gal with glasses, likes to pick on them stalker bitches, Drooby Doo.
And I am Celeto's personal therapist, Soberoni.
Welcome back to Waifu Wars, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. I'm not your waifu because she is trash. How you doing, Oni?
God, you know how much we love you guys watching this. We're re-recording this, so
all right.
So
we're getting right into explanation. All right.
Yes.
So what happened was
I couldn't contain it.
I forgot that when OBS does an update, they do this cute little thing where they kind of, I don't know, fuck all your settings, and as a result, the recording didn't pick up any of my audio, which is why we're here recording it again. And it's such a shame because it was actually such a good episode. Like,
it was so
like
good.
It was actually of all the recent episodes, this was up there.
That makes two lost episodes in the past
right month. So we were like, we can't let this go, or we have another lost episode.
We could have released just my audio and
just everyone assume what you're saying. Yes. Everyone just fill in the dots. Make your own.
Make your own podcast. It's a whole new genre.
Could you imagine? So yeah, that's what we're doing now. And to be honest, neither of us want to sit and go through all the anime. So this week we're going to be going over 3 series. I'm going over Oshinoko, Demon Slayer, and whatchamacallit?
Gundam.
Also Gundam, which from Mercury.
Yes, just the hits.
Yes, although honorable mention to Konosuba because that episode was really funny.
Yes, we'll touch on them next week. Briefly
for sure. So first things first, we are going to start always with our new segment this week in anime. According to Anime News Network, MAPPA CEO reflects on financial performance of Chainsaw Man. So how well did Chainsaw Man end up doing for MAPPA? Manabu Otsuka, the CEO, basically he said that it was, I take a quote here, as far as the investment goes, one could say it was a complete success. However, it didn't have the same level of impact as Jujutsu Kaisen, which he worked on right before Chainsaw Man. This leaves me feeling unsatisfied.
Very much unsatisfied.
So it was interesting because MAPPA, they produced the entire thing, which is normally done.
They paid for all of it.
Huh?
Yeah, they paid for all of it.
Yeah, they paid for all of it. Most titles, they are funded by a collection of companies known as the production committee, which we talked about in a past episode before, like a really long conversation about it. So that's very interesting to see MAPPA produce all of Chainsaw Man. Mm-hmm. It was interesting to say that it was a complete success, but then he was like, it's not the same level of Jujutsu Kaisen. What are 2 views about this? I think I would say,
well, my view was that it was popular. It was about as popular as Jujutsu Kaisen, in my opinion. However, because they invested so much more into Chainsaw Man, and Chainsaw Man had so much more hype behind it than Jujutsu Kaisen, it kind of feels like, even though it was a success, it wasn't as successful as it could have been. It should have been way more popular given the IP.
And I think my view was that I kind of disagreed. I said that Chainsaw Man was popular, just was not as popular to Jujutsu Kaisen, and I kind of gauged it by social media, from the fact that, Chainsaw Man was, when it was airing, as cool as gone. Jujutsu Kaisen, even after the series ended, it never truly left Twitter, specifically Twitter. Like, it, once Jujutsu Kaisen started on Twitter, it just never stopped. Chainsaw Man.
I thought about that when you said that, like last night after we recorded.
Yeah.
And I think another difference is Chainsaw Man doesn't feel like there's anything to talk about. It's like a different feel, Like with Jujutsu Kaisen, I didn't watch it, but I assume it's like I'm gonna substitute it for like My Hero Academia or whatever, or like Attack on Titan. I feel like there's a lot of discussion that could go on about like speculation, and like there's a lot of discourse that can go on with those types of shows, which is why they're popular on Twitter. But with like Jujutsu or with Chainsaw Man, I feel like that was a nice show, but like I have no desire to rewatch it. I have no desire to like talk about it until season 2. I have no desire to keep the hype as I would with like one of these other shows,
I mean,
I feel like it's lacking that clutch factor, that like, oh man, it left me off there. I can't wait for the next season. It just feels like, oh, that was a really good, enjoyable show. All right, time for the next anime that'll interest me. Like, it didn't leave a lasting impression. It was good, but it didn't leave a lasting impression.
I mean, I feel like I'm biased because people, y'all know how I feel about shonen anime to begin with. Even though Jujutsu Kaisen was very enjoyable, but
like if, all right, so like let's do a test. If 5 years from now, let's pretend no season 2 comes out. If nothing else from Chainsaw Man comes out in 5 years from now, you hear that season 2 of Chainsaw Man's coming out. Would that, like, you'll be excited, but would you have been like, is that a top 5 anime you would want to see a season 2 of before it was announced, like in 5 years from now? Will you remember Chainsaw Man 5 years from now if nothing gets announced about it?
I mean,
I don't think I will.
I mean, if you say Chainsaw Man to me 5 years from now, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be like, Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was that pretty good anime that was like 5 years ago.
I'll probably be.
But it wouldn't be like, oh, what?
Honestly,
Chainsaw Man? Oh, that show's crazy.
It's, that show literally is. When I tell you, Chainsaw Man is literally the strength of that show is literally dependent on one character, and that is Makima.
Wow, I think it's dependent on power, but we agree to disagree.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, like,
okay.
It's like, okay, but like,
girl.
For example, if nothing happens in Made in Abyss for 5 more years, and then somebody 5 years from now is like, hey, remember Made in Abyss? I will like have PTSD flashbacks about Made in Abyss before I. But with Chainsaw Man, it's just like, it's just a good show. It's just not. It's not life changing, or like, it's not even a top 10 IP that I would want to see get a season 2. If I could pick, there would be like 10 other shows I'd want.
I kind of want a season 2 of Chainsaw Man.
Like, I want one, but I don't need one.
Yeah, I guess. No, yeah.
Now it feels like I'm shitting on Chainsaw Man.
But it really does.
I like it a lot. I think we gave it like a 9.
Okay, you gave it a 9.
I gave it like a 9.
I feel like really I definitely gave it a lower score than that, but
it was really good. But it felt like a seasonal show, as like a good seasonal show, as opposed to a classic. It didn't hit that classic tier. It wasn't like Attack on Titan. I think people wanted it to be like Attack on Titan levels, where it's like, oh my god, we are on the edge of our seat until season 2. But it's not.
I mean, I do, but I don't. It's like, no, never mind. I was gonna say, I don't know why they feel that way about Jujutsu Kaisen, but I'm like, Jujutsu Kaisen just Naruto, just different shit.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know anything about Jujutsu Kaisen. I can't speak.
I watched it, and it is literally just Naruto. It's just new Naruto.
Really? Because you are hyping it up like,
no, it's good. It's good. I enjoy
episode.
This. I like this more than Naruto. I like it more than Naruto personally. But it is just Naruto. Like, very much like Naruto. It's like, we were just here for the really cool hand-to-hand combat. Instead of ninjas, they're like, where's exorcists, but we're all give up all this super human crap, and they all just have characters. I just like all these characters. Like they have like a fighting panda spirit. Like, come on, that's so
So it's
cool.
Tekken.
Yes, second.
I think that was the other thing with Chainsaw Man. Like, other than Makima and Power, and listen, Power for me is a bias. I don't think.
Yes,
but all right,
that's why I'm just like,
Makima,
you're like, oh, that's the for Power. I'm like, okay, girl.
I think Power's fairly popular.
It's given. She's not. No, you know, objectively, she's nowhere on the level as Makima. Like, people are like, oh my god, Makima, please kill me. Like,
well, all right, she's not on the level of like horny, thirsty posters on Twitter as Makima is. But in terms of popularity, like in promotion material and stuff, Power is up there.
Yeah,
with Makima.
Yeah, she's up there. Not Makima, but she's up there for sure. Agreed.
But yeah, no, like other than Makima and Power, I mean, it's not a really strong. I like the cast. It's so weird talking about this because I like it, but it's not like
right. The cast.
It's not classic. It's not like Spy Family. When I think the best anime from this past year, I'm thinking like Spy Family. I'm thinking like
Love is War season 3.
Well, yeah, Kage. Like, those are classics. Like, if somebody told me 5 years from now, remember Kage, I'd be like, yo, we're gonna binge watch Kage right now, or something. But if it was someone who was like, oh, Chainsaw Man, I'd be like, oh yeah, that was fun. Thanks for reminding me. Anyway, back to the rest of what I was doing today.
So yeah. So apparently this is the first time that Mappa has done anything outside of like the actual like production of the literal production of the anime, like the animation. Mm-hmm. But apparently they've done everything now, which includes managing the licensing, the merchandise planning, and more. And these are things apparently other companies on the production committee would have handled.
Yeah, I believe I said last time that it felt like that because I really didn't see that much official promotion for the show. It felt like
very word of mouth. It
wasn't pushed as hard. Yeah, it was more word of mouth, and like promotion was done by the fans. Like, I didn't even know the anime was coming out.
Yeah,
officially until like our friends told us.
Yeah,
about it, and I was like, "What's Chainsaw Man?"
That is true. Otsuka says that while he does not plan to invest 100% in all anime titles in the future, he is actively working toward building the company so it can negotiate investments on an equal footing with other members of production committees. He commented there's a lot of skepticism within the anime industry about studios being able to turn a profit, and he seeks to change that perception through Mappa's example. So, this is interesting. And I don't think I talked about it too much yesterday. But I think what he's implying, because Mappa, while it is credited as like the animator, it'll be credited as an animator or something. From what they're implying, I think they're trying to imply that it's not getting all of the money, or it's not getting the majority, or it's not getting as much as we would think. That's what I'm getting from that paragraph I just read.
Yeah, I got the same sense.
So, but now he's saying, hey, but we can do this, so, and we can make money from doing it. I think that's what he means for negotiating investments on equal footing. So I guess other people who are like maybe in charge of production or merchandising, I guess they carry more weight. But now I guess the animation studios themselves now can be like, no, we can potentially have majority, which could potentially lead to the animators actually getting paid. Whoa,
that'd be nice,
right? Like more than 5 cents an hour. That'd be good.
I do think that if we do get a season 2, either it's going to be with a different studio or it's going to be with a different like director and team and all of that. I don't think something will change.
I don't think Mappa's giving up Chainsaw Man. Not if it literally made them money. If anything, like I said yesterday, they're probably going to go back to doing it the more traditional way in terms of the production.
But if they do it that way, I think they'll still try to swap teams. Like they'll probably give it to like a different director or something. Like, I don't think they'll keep the same exact style and be like, oh, we're just getting different funding now. I feel like there's gonna be some substantial change.
I don't know. I think it's still gonna be Mappa that's going to be animating it. I would be shocked if they made money from this project by themselves and then said, okay, for season 2, we're gonna let someone else handle it. That, to me, that wouldn't make any. That would be, that in my mind, that's a poor business move for obvious reasons.
They may have made money, but they didn't make all of the money, Drew.
Oh no.
So therefore, did they really make any money? If you don't make all of the money, did you really make any money?
But they literally made all of the money. Literally. That's actually literally incorrect. But yeah. So yeah, that was the gist of the article. Very interesting. In the future I'm gonna be keep our eyes out. Yeah, definitely be keeping an eye out on that. But yeah, we're done with our news. It's time for our weekly reviews. The fast edition.
Speed run.
Yes, I'm gonna start with
any percent.
Our episode of the week, Oshinoko, episode 6.
Yes, episode 6.
Okay.
Part of our depression cycle this week.
What a well done episode. What a well executed episode.
Yes, and I said this last time, but I think I like this episode more than episode 1. I was wrong. I didn't think any episode in the series would be able to rival episode 1, but I think this one pulled it off.
I love the, and one thing I pointed out in the last episode, one thing I pointed out yesterday is usually when they show someone being bullied, which they'll usually cut through like the bad thing that happens, but they're like showing like maybe like a bunch of flashes or in a flashback. Oh my god, this person's getting bullied, and you know, someone like they'll cut to like a quick 5 seconds of someone saying, "Ugh, you suck," and like, or maybe a couple of seconds of that, and then you know they kind of leave the memory right there. This time we get to see the whole thing from start to finish, and we get to see the juxtaposition of where Kurokawa started and where she ended up, which was 2 different places.
Yeah, a lot. Very different. I felt like there was a slow build during this whole episode. Like, it gelled together. Like, we had the whole ego surfing in the beginning between Ruby and
the pressure from her company. We didn't mention that. There was where she literally hears her CEO like chewing the shit out of her manager for, you know, not getting the results. You know, and shout to the manager.
I felt so bad for Akane this whole episode.
Yeah. Shout to the manager, because he was, even then, he was like, you know, it's whatever. Like, I know he's like, I know you're doing your best.
It's my job to take those hits for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to see, like, how much of a support system Akane had. Like, again, this isn't like a traditional bullying episode, because usually when anime does these types of episodes, I feel like they're not as realistic, because it'll always be like everyone is dogpiling the girl getting bullied, and like it gets kind of unrealistic to a certain extent. But here was very realistic, because really everyone in her life was supportive of her. Like, her mother was supportive of her. Everyone on the show was supporting her. Like, they were out of their way to support her. Yet all that negative energy still penetrated through that support.
Yeah.
So it's just a realistic portrayal of how, like, even if you even if you think someone's in a good situation and you're reaching out to them, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, everything is as it seems.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. That line where they said, you know, the people who are most earnest, they should never apologize because they can't take the comments. You know, it hurts them. It hurts them more. And we definitely see that, because Akane is a hardworking girl. You know, they show the scenes of her first doing recitals or her stretching, taking classes.
And it's all just juxtaposed against the comments from Twitter of people being like, "Oh, she's a lazy, good for nothing. She doesn't do anything.
She just
she's
hangs
like
out
over
with
here staying late working.
hangs out with boys all day." And and then it only got worse because then they started commenting. Then it started the juxtaposition between the comments, what they say about her mom, and her mom actually being like, "Hey, Ian, everything okay? Are you sure? Do you want to stay home from school?"
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very, very realistic.
Yes.
You know, I literally have seen this happen in real life. The reality TV snafu where something happens, but then they reveal behind the scenes, well, not on the show, off the show, that the producers did this, or the producers framed it in such a way, X, Y, and Z. You know, I guess that's their job, for better or for worse.
To call shit.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I also like how it was just an organic situation that like kind of arose. Like it was no one's fault that Akane cut what's her face.
Yeah,
but
she kind of just tripped.
It just led to the natural outcome of everyone seeing it and being like assholes on Twitter as per usual.
Yeah, it's honestly it's one of the reasons why I really just can't stand reality TV unless it's like a competition TV show that's like not bad, like Netflix competition shows. Those are to me those are harmless.
Oh yeah, no, like I the only reality TV I watch is like really silly fun, like what's the show?
Nailed It.
I don't even know if you would count it as reality TV. No.
Oh my god, Nailed It.
Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, Hell's Kitchen?
Master Chef, or Hell's Kitchen, whichever. Yeah, like shit like that. Like where it's just like I mean, yeah, there's drama, but ain't nobody's cheating on somebody.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want I want to play RuPaul's Drag Race, which I do watch, but no, there's that show is just. I mean, listen, it's literally a bunch of gay men who dress up as women. Of course, there's gonna be drama involved. But yeah, no, there's one show on Netflix called Nailed It. There's literally a bunch of people who can't really cook, and they're all like they're really bad at baking, but they're tasked with like baking these like ridiculous things, and they just all come out bad all the time. Oh, it's so funny.
I gotta watch it. Sounds like something's right up my alley.
Oh my god, it's so funny, like, cause they're so bad. Like they have to make like master, like stuff that people on Master Chef would have to make. They're like, hey, people who don't know how to bake, they're trying to make a
souffle.
Bitch, if only. They're literally one of the challenges like make a robot out of like cake. Let me make a robot.
I will take a Lego and spread ice cream on it or whatever, frosting. Like
bitch, the way I would get them Rice Krispie treats and be like, and that's the thing. It's not even just Rice Krispies. It's not even just like, oh, just make it from whatever. It's like it has to be specifically make it out of this type of cake. Like as if they're actual professional bakers, you know. Which is such a it's a fun show. Everyone, if you're looking for a fun reality show that's just really silly, watch Nailed It.
If you need a fun pick me up after this episode, go watch Nailed It. I'm just glad my boy Aqua, who I'm always supporting and the biggest fan of, came out of nowhere to save my girl.
I knew my
boy Aqua had it in him.
You are such a liar.
Best part of the show, saving it constantly.
You're really good. I really am so mad that you're gonna make me, even though I have no time to do it this week, you're gonna make me pull up old clips of you literally talking shit about him. and then I'm gonna paste this lie right after.
Let's talk about
what the bitch? You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out.
Aqua and Ruby.
You're gonna find
forever.
out. You're gonna find out exactly what I'm talking about. You and everybody else. Exposed. Expose. EXPOS fancy E.
Only exposed. I like it.
Only exposed. Oh my god! If I ever told people I'm doing a series about that, the way, oh my gosh, we'd reach 100K overnight.
Oh god.
Oh, but yeah, no, this episode had just so much. It was just everything, and I'm not gonna lie, I really thought that she was just gonna die.
Oh yeah, the show's definitely dark enough.
Right,
that,
exactly.
You know?
Like there's so many anime where there's like, oh my god, something bad's gonna happen. But I'm like, okay, but they're gonna be saved in 3, 2, 1. Not this show. No, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna kill another idol.
Yeah, I'm like, no, they're out of control. They keep killing idols.
They keep killing girls.
No idol is safe.
They keep killing girls that I like. We're just trying to do their best.
Also, shout out to Memcho. She's the low-key, really good girl this episode.
Yeah.
She flew under the radar because Akane, but, you know.
Yeah.
I can see myself liking her.
Well, okay, not just Akane. She flew under because of Akane and Yuki.
Yes, she was flying under their radars, but
yeah.
She's gonna come up. Don't worry. She's just lying low for now until she gets her.
Even this episode, I still loved Yuki. Like, even when she had those moments where she was kind of like defiant, she was just like, like she was doing, like, she's such a professional that she's so good at compartmentalizing that she's doing Akane's nails, being like, yeah, no, I see what you're doing. She's like, you know, but I'm still vying for that #1 spot. So don't hold it against me, bitch.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal. Like they're fully aware that yeah, this is all acting. Yeah, and we get to see like a little bit of their personalities, just like a little bit through the lens of Aqua. He like briefly narrates like how he hangs out with them and stuff, and their views about this reality show and the possibility of falling in love, and you know, some of them are open to dating, some of them are not.
Yeah,
very, very
real quick. I didn't mention it last time, but I do love Ruby's little jealous interjections constantly, where he's like, Aqua comes back home from eating, from hanging out with them, the Korean barbecue place, and then she's just grilling him like, oh, I bet that meat tasted extra good with all the cute girls around you.
First of all, I love how you called it a Korean barbecue place when it probably was just
whatever. It's Korean barbecue. It's all Korean barbecue.
It's probably just a normal, I don't know, barbecue place in Japan. They also had that. We don't know that because we keep going to Korean barbecue, but you know, that's neither here nor there.
Also, Akane's a vegetarian and she just grills meat. That's sexy. I love her.
I feel like that statement was a little misogynist, and I don't know why.
What? It had nothing to do. What do you mean? It had nothing to do with her gender.
You're like, oh, I love this woman who her soul's purpose for me is just cooking meat for me. She won't even eat it.
Any of that's a lot of projection. I said it's sexy that. I said sexy that she's so caring that even though she's so caring that
she's so submissive, like a wife, just cooking meat for me and not even eating it.
First off, her being I'm not against any of that. Her being submissive is also hot. But in this case, there was no misogyny.
Okay. Go stand for your meat cooking queen.
I will. Grill that meat. We'll take her to Korean barbecue with me.
And then she'll also be like, why do you take me to Korean barbecue? You know, Japanese people also have grilling places.
Uh-oh. Like, there's no such thing.
Wow. Meanwhile, Yukaku is right there. That's crazy. Yukaku, don't kick Oni out just because he forgets that you exist. I love your garlic fried rice.
Everyone forgets that they exist because we only go to the Korean.
Okay, Yukaku.
Are you listening to this? Savior?
Maybe lower your prices a bit, and we'll consider going back. Okay, but your food was good that one time I had it. Yeah, this is a great episode. I think we covered most of what we need to cover.
Yeah, we pretty much covered it.
All right, let's move on to Demon Slayer season 3, episode 7.
Yes.
So hatred appears.
Yeah, sexy hatred.
What did I say? Sexy?
He does look really cool. I actually re-looked at his design.
His design is really.
It's really
It's good.
cool.
It's a good design.
He looks like straight out of Dragon Ball Z. He looks straight out of DBZ.
He does. I love how it's like he doesn't have any. He himself doesn't have any like crazy weapons or, as of we know right now, fighting capabilities. He just controls the just giant, like, Earth Hydra dragon thing.
You know, now that I think about it, he is literally just Boo, this demon. He just splits into different parts and then combines into like one ultimate form. And then eats them? Yeah, this is just Boo. Why are you copying off Dragon Ball Z Demon Slayer?
Because they like money. because boys are the same no matter which decade.
And this goldfish demon is kind of like Frieza, actually, now that I think about it.
Except a lot less racist. If Frieza was a hipster who lived in Brooklyn, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He was so... I know you said you didn't like him, but I really like him. I really like him.
I like him. I just don't like his motif. I don't like the fish. They're really stupid.
I love it because it's so...
Especially because they could have done so much more with him. Like he was really cool when he pulled the contorted bodies out of the vase of all the different... I
like
cool.
I think
I
just like camp. I like campy shit. So that's right up my alley. It's so unnecessarily ridiculous.
I'm gonna throw all my goldfish at you.
All right, and then they kill everybody. So it's like you laugh until you dead. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, the Joker was into art. The Joker would totally make something as silly as the fish with like hands and claws.
Yeah, depends on which Joker, but fair enough.
Exactly. That's why I like him, and I like that he got so angry that the swordsmith was so focused on his art, and he's like, I'm just gonna keep cutting you up until you're done with your art. And he cuts off the mask, and plot twist, he's hot. The swordsmith is stupid hot.
Oh my god, he's hot.
Oh no.
You would think he would appreciate that he's so dedicated to his art, being a fellow artist.
No, because that would make him, I don't know. I like that he's petty about it. I like that he's so small.
Oh, I know. I like that he's petty as well. I'm just saying. I'm surprised that he wouldn't be like, "Oh wow, fellow artist who's so dedicated to the craft."
Exactly. He saw that. He said, "No, someone more." He said, "Someone more dedicated than me." Ugh.
It would be hilarious if that was the reason he loses. He just gets like his mind gets blown. Like, how can somebody be more dedicated to their art than me? I can't. It doesn't make any sense. It just blows up. Head falls off.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that easy. Speaking of easy kills, shout out to that kid.
Jeez, that kid has no awareness. Did not see the CGI goldfish running at him with his Wolverine claws.
Yes, but to be fair, like I said, he was knocking on the bubble. He's focused on trying to free Tokiko. But he was getting cut up. And then I don't know why he was why he just stood there, and that's the thing I don't understand. He just got stabbed in the gut. And I'm just like, all right, girl, you're about to die. And then he blows bubbles to help Tokiko escape, and I'm just like, bubbles don't work that way. That's not how. Nope. Not how that works. But okay, sure, anime.
I'll accept it.
Sure.
I'll give him this one pass.
It's like, listen, I guess JoJo's exist, so. Oh shit! I didn't finish part 6. Ooh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing tonight.
Sounds fun.
But yeah, that was very interesting. If they kill the kid, it's gonna be so sad.
I think I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Work. I will say I wish this episode had a little bit more fighting and less emphasis on Tokiko talking to his dad, who looks like Tanjiro, the 50th person to look like Tanjiro.
Another Tanjiro face.
Yeah, I thought they only did this with Fate. Nope. Apparently they're also copying off of Fate.
Everyone's a Tanjiro.
Everyone's a Tanjiro. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what happened.
Yep.
All right. And for the last anime that we're gonna be discussing, we're gonna be talking about Mosu Gundam, Witch from Mercury, season 2, episode 6.
Yes, the Suletta suffering continues.
Yep, because she was trying to put on a brave face and be like, I'm just gonna pretend like everything's normal. I didn't just lose my fiance and my Gundam in one fell swoop.
It's okay.
Getter, we found out was developing Gundams. Apparently everyone was just developing Gundams, even though they were to be banned.
Yeah, the moment, like, banned for how many years? Like a decade. The moment somebody shoves up with a Gundam, they're like, nah, we're all developing Gundams now. That's it.
Right.
Ban's over.
Also, I don't think Gundams are illegal? Question mark?
They are.
Oh, they are?
Or they were.
So yeah,
I don't know what the legality status of Gundams is right now.
I thought that basically space was under control of the Venerate group, and they were girl, if we see any Gundams, ...
Yeah, so essentially illegal. Because they control the space, and then they're like, oh yeah, no, we don't allow Gundams. Well, I guess you can't enforce that if you're hospitalized and there's like a power struggle for your position. So
that part, exactly. And the space police haven't intervened, so that's why I was like, I don't think it's like really illegal.
It's not illegal if you can't enforce it. Who's gonna? What Gundam are you gonna stop me with?
That part. We also learned that Grassley and Peel Inc. or Peel the corporation, I don't know what their official name is. Peel Technology, I think. They're working together to develop the Gunbit Gundams. And basically it's the same technology that Ariel has with all her little, I don't know, her little drone things, but in a form of a mobile suit. So now you can control multiple mobile suits at once.
Just unlimited mobile suits.
Yeah, unlimited mobile suits.
Unlimited mobile suit works.
Yep, and also Grassley, well, Shadik is trying to poach Prospera, but don't think it's gonna work right away, because Prospera immediately was like, huh. Oh, excuse me. She's like, huh. Is there something like, oh, the Gundams can be found? Oh, they blew up. Did they just blew up, or is there a reason you don't want them to get recovered? Oh yeah, that's what she was like. Right. She says, oh, but they weren't even. You don't even want to recover like a small piece of them, or is there a reason why you don't want them to be recovered at all? And I was like, ooh,
yeah.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
She's like, could there be something implicating you in somebody's kidnapping?
Right. So
murder?
she already on it. But as long as Grassley's working with Peel, it makes me wonder. I'm like, oh, maybe will he even need Prospera at this point? Let's talk about that hilarious scene where, for some reason, Suletta or Chu is trying to convince Suletta to meet up with Miorine, which is a terrible idea. Now she's trying to convince her.
I love Chu. I love Chu, but this is not how it
at
goes.
all.
This is not it.
So, what's his face? Good Turk's brother. What's his name? Lauda. Lauda. Yeah. He basically rubs it in his face. He's like, well, look at you. Ha. No fiance, no machine, no nothing. You Mercurian whore. Like, lays into her. And then when Choo Choo speaks up, and he's like, hey, you want to go? And then he's like, oh, no, not you, Choo Choo.
Not you, Choo Choo. It's okay.
Yes,
thank you.
You saved my life. I won't
saved my life.
Even his
fuck all Earthians except you, Choo Choo.
And even all the lackeys are like, yeah, no, thanks, Choo Choo. You saved me. Bye. So that was just a really weird but very amusing scene where he's like, I came here to shit on you, Soletta, but also thank Choo Choo. Have a great day.
Yes, have a good day.
Speaking of great scenes, Elan and Nerea, so good. Oof. I just love how he just presses her buttons. Like, he just get, like... Oh, he always knows how to piss her off, and it's so great. And this episode, it escalated. She was like, she should have just like, I'm just gonna try to murder you. And he's like, did you forget? I'm also a child soldier.
Yes, we are both child soldiers. I'm just waiting for them to hook up. Like, that's the only other couple in this show that I need besides Soletta and Miorine.
Yeah, oh my god. At first I thought that was like a ridiculous idea, them dating, because they're just both batshit insane, but that'd be kind of cute, like, where he's just like, well, I have nowhere to go, and I kind of like that she just wants to kill you all, so let's be together, and sure, we can kill all the people.
Yeah, so we'll make it work. We'll be an insane power couple.
Yes, until he literally gets any better deal and betrays her. So Miorine actually wants to end the riot. That's because as of now it's Peel and Grassley versus Miorine and Jeturk, but they already have a majority of the votes. They have a lot of sway already. I think the idea to try to broker peace in the riots is a smart idea. As long as Jeturk is coming, because he was already there. So I think that's actually a pretty good move, and I'm hoping it turns out that way. Like, I expect a little bit of turbulence.
It won't. Something's
gonna happen. I hope it ends ultimately with them being like, "Oh, Jeturk's the homie, sure." And then everyone's like, wow, you did that. You're a boss-ass bitch.
So, keep in mind, though, this is Sunrise, a.k.a. the people who made Kogias, a.k.a. people who have a penchant for loving to have characters go into very crowded places where there might be riots and or protests, and certain characters going crazy at those moments. So
I think Miorine is gonna be fine. famous last words.
I don't think it's gonna be Miorine who fires the shots.
Oh my god! Not they all believe in Jeturk because he saved everyone, and then he just ends up murdering them.
No, I think. All right, here's my crackpot theory.
No, oh my god, no, go ahead. So,
Shadiq's plan is this whole war between Earthians and Spacians, right? So he can fund the Earthians and give them power or give them benefits. Right now, Soletta has no one. She's just out in space, wandering aimlessly. All you gotta do, Shadiq, is give her a Gundam and tell her, yeah, you know where Miorine is gonna be? In the Earth, where all the riots are going on. So Miorine shows up, is trying to calm things down with Ariel. Some protester throws a rock. That's it. It's over. It's over. Soletta's in attack mode. Just like massacring people.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm literally resisting the urge to to get turned on from that plot twist.
Don't hurt my sister and my fiance.
My sister fiance. Oh, that sounds so good.
That would be wild. I can see that happening, but then again, I don't want to get my hopes up because I don't know. I feel like that's still a stretch.
Right. That might be it.
That's what would happen if I was writing this.
If that happens, then bitch, this is literally just Kogias at this point, without the Gias. Just code. We also find out that Martin, the head of House of the Earth at the school, is the one who turned in Nika. And he reveals this to someone else on the dueling committee, that really cute dark skinned girl, Cecilia. It's like, I know people are gonna find out in a. He's not gonna tell his house that he turned them in, and then they're gonna find some other way. And then they're all gonna be like, Martin, you asshole traitor bitch. Like, meanwhile, it's like, yes, he should tell them, but also Nika was the traitor first. Like, she definitely was guilty. Like, she had a hand in this. She didn't want it to end up this way, but. Hey, she was
through her own ineptness, it happened.
Yep, all of it happened. What was it yesterday? You were like, oh, what did you say? Like, oh, she wasn't that big of a threat. She didn't do anything too bad that justified him turning her in. I was like, yeah, except letting 2 psychotic Gundam pilots infiltrate the school. She was gonna handle it. Get into Gundams and kill kids.
Okay, but after that, she would have fixed the issue.
No, she would not. The issue's already too far gone. You let terrorists in before they could get stopped. You literally just had to go to. You have to just go to the authorities and not do it in a way where you're like, I'm gonna tell you guys I'm going to the authorities. I don't like what you're doing. Stop it or else. Like, oh god, yes.
Listen, Nika was not the brightest player in Game of Thrones. All right.
Yeah. So yeah. So that is happening, and let's see what else happens. Can we talk? Oh, I hate talking about this part because it's so sad.
Yeah.
So Soletta is allowed to. Well, what she thought was gonna be up at Miorine, she ends up being reunited with Ariel. Eri talks to Soletta for the first time. I guess she increases that permit score, or as you would call it, going Super Saiyan.
She went Super Saiyan 4.
Sure, 5? Yeah, Super Saiyan 4.
We're going into GT.
So yeah, that is this all non-canon then?
Yeah, this is all non-canon. we're gonna flashback. It's all been a dream. Soletta wakes up.
So and then she's talking, and then she kind of explains to her, which it's revealed that Soletta is essentially a clone of her. And apparently there's been multiple clones who've been tried. I guess they try being enhanced beings, but they don't quite live to see that. And I guess they all end up getting shoved inside Ariel.
I guess that part needs a little bit more explaining, but my guess is Soletta's the only one that actually worked.
Yeah, so that
and
yep.
she's just been like kind of like a extension of Eri. She's like, I need someone to pilot me, and you happen to be the one that
Can do it.
works.
Yeah. But then she's like, "Well, sooner or later, we're working on a new project, and I don't need you anymore. So, guess this is it."
Yes, you just have fun in space.
And literally
Bye.
ejects her from the cockpit. That's so rude. Could at least just flew her back. And then you see,
fly her back to the base.
and then you see her mom pick her up, and I'm just like, okay, well maybe the mom will like talk to her or something. This girl just puts an SOS on her, a green light, attaches something to her, and she said, "Girl, your job is done here. Take your ass back to school," and just flies away with Ariel. That was so disrespectful.
I'm just mad that everyone is doing this thing where the only way they can express
Yeah.
The feelings that they have for like wanting Stelletta to live her own life is like through so harshly rejecting her.
Yeah, which I don't think any of that has to happen, but because usually that 9 out of 10 times that literally does like the opposite effect. Won't people not understand this?
It's kind of bad to just cut somebody off like oh look, my family and my people, my loved ones, and then they all just turn around like, we don't need you anymore.
Right.
Go live your own life.
Which is why your crackpot theory it can be a little tangible. Like she's on the brink, and something's going to happen as a result. They're not just going to take that ball of potential meltdown and just whatever.
Yeah.
Or she could just be like super depressed for like 3 episodes. I don't know. This show does whatever it wants to do.
Yeah, it's hard to predict. I will say that much.
But man, looking forward to it all the same. So it was so good.
It was.
All right. And with that being said, thus concludes our very, very, very short episode of Waifu Wars. You said we're just gonna cut it there for this week, just at the very least, so we can give y'all a little bit of something. We can't say we be giving y'all nothing.
Yes, we love you. Yes. We took our time to do this. I'm super tired. I'm going to sleep.
Yes, exactly. So that being said, Oni, please wrap it up.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the Waifu Wars podcast, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you catch all episodes of the group every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even become a channel member or patron and join us for our weekly live watches, which we have over on our Discord. This week, or this season, we are watching Demon Slayer and Konosuba, so if you want to join us for that, you know what to do. Judy, you have anything you'd like to add?
Anything need to add? Well, once again, have a great week. Be easy on yourself, be gentle, enjoy the sun, enjoy the nice weather before it gets super hot. Pride's coming, so carefully to be extra gay about it.
Yes, and on that note, this has been Soberoni and
Scooby-Doo.
We'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.